please. Yeah, can we have open up, please. Can you give us some space?
Under a covering, shielding her away from the battery of cameramen and journalists that thronged the villa to catch a glimpse of Amina, the governor and some government officials took her into the president's office.
Okay, it's okay.
She sat with her mother, brother, and some members of the Bring Back Our Girls group, with the Borno State governor and other government officials that accompanied her on the trip. Soon, the conference room is filled up as President Muhammadu Buhari joins. Governor of Borno State describes Amina's rescue as a watershed in the fight against Boko Haram, attributing it to the persistence and perseverance of the president to win the war against Boko Haram.
Your doggedness toward the restoration of peace in the northeast has started yielding dividends.
The handing over ceremony saw the president rise from his seat, walk down to Amina as if to carry her and her baby. Amina spent about 2 years in the forest, a life the president and commander-in-chief has promised to turn around.
Amina will receive the best care that the Nigerian government can afford. We will ensure that she gets the best medical, psychological, emotional, and whatever other care she requires to make a full recovery and be integrated fully into the society.
The Minister of Defense presented an account of the rescue of Amina.
The change of military leadership at the inception of this administration injected new ideas and vigor into the theater of military operations.
The Chief of Defense Staff also gave a brief of their operations in the Sambisa forest, describing it as Operation Crackdown.
Almost about 20 villages have been cleared in this particular operation thus far in the 22 days of this operation, Your Excellency. We have also rescued over 150 people in this particular operation since it started, among which the celebrated girl Amina Ali this day.
Amina is the only surviving girl in a family of 13. Her mother was completely broken when she was abducted. The recovery of Amina and her baby is a sign of good things to come as the operations continue. Chukwuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
So security is next. We're talking about security and judiciary. We'll talk about the economy in the course of the program. As I said, the state of the economy is something very close to people's hearts, and so is security and judiciary. Our next set of panelists are a mix from the security and judiciary. We have Fatai Owusheni. He's the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. And to my immediate left is Ebun Adegborua. He's a legal practitioner. Good evening to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening.
And to my far left is Captain Henry Omosigo, who's also a security expert.
Thank you very much.
And in our Abuja studios, we still have with us Femi Adesina, the SSA to President Buhari on media. Thank you so much for sticking around. So let's talk about security. One of the high points for this administration coming into 2016 was what they were going to do with regards to Boko Haram insurgents. Now, for instance, they said that the government was not moving very quickly in terms of stamping out the insurgents, but that quickly turned, of course, to a victory song as at the end of the year. But give us a breakdown. There's been so many conversations with you in the course of the last couple of days with regards to success recorded with those insurgents, but still it seems as if it's a hard-fought, hard-won fight with the insurgents and Nigerians.
Yes, you can say so. If I can go back a bit to that report by Chukwuma before you started talking, he said many more things were still in store after that young lady Amina was recovered. We can see between that time in May and now in December that a lot of things have happened. One more girl had been recovered and 21 had been released. So a lot has happened on the security front. And we can say that it's promise made and promise kept. Because if you are going to assess a man, you assess him based on what he has said he will do. The government came on the plank of securing the country, fighting corruption, and reviving the economy. In the area of security, we'll say this government has done very, very well. And the icing on the cake is what happened in Sambisa Forest on the 22nd of December. So I believe that a lot of kudos should go to the government in the area of security.
All right, Mr. Additional, hold on to your thoughts. Let's come to Lagos here and talk to our panelists. We've got the Commissioner of Police with us for Lagos. Now, Lagos State is the largest economy in terms of, well, size, and it's a commercial nerve center of the country. And a lot of issues have come up in the state. Talk to us about how easy it was policing Lagos State in 2016.
It's been quite challenging. But by and large, I would say that we've witnessed what I can call tremendous improvement. And the year saw, we've seen the Nigeria police deploying more of its technical capabilities in managing the major crimes that featured during the year, especially the issue of kidnap for ransom. Should that technical platform, which had been deployed strongly in combating crime, we've been able to do real rescue operations. What I mean by real rescue operations are such operations that the security operatives actively engaged the criminal elements, kidnappers, and did rescue. As it's happening in Lagos, it's happening in other places. And the very recent one in Lagos is that rescue of Dr. Ajayi that was taken from St. Francis Hospital. Using that technical platform, they were able to trace where the kidnappers kept the doctor in the forest. And yes, it was a 50-50 chance, but the security operatives were able to go there, and they were able to get the victim out, and of course also overcoming the criminal elements. If we talk of crime generally, it is not just about Nigeria. Crime, criminalities, insecurity, there's something that have been issue all over the world. Most of those countries that are advanced technologically, they've also been having their issues. But I want to say that for the year, we've actually been able to manage all those issues to an extent that we would say that we've recorded a lot of improvement.
You know, anyway, we'll come back to you again, especially the high point which we also saw in the year 2016 concerning our beloved Third Mainland Bridge and what happened in that operation. But let me bring Captain Omosiho in all of this. And I'm quite sure you must have been so excited getting to hear that the dreaded Sambisa Forest has been sacked by the Nigerian military. But many still talk about fleeing members of the group, Boko Haram, which just might be infiltrating our communities. Have we been able to put a stop in, put a reduction in the activities of Boko Haram in some parts of the country in the year 2016?
Thank you very much. So far, so good. I want to commend the military in the area recapture of Sambisa Forest, and not just recapturing the forest that matters. If the Rekis battalion or brigade should be able to establish a military base in area being captured by the military, and secondly, most of the Boko Haram that were driven from the Sambisa Forest, most of them are still living. They are running to somewhere else to take cover and plan again for more attacks. But I still want to advise the military that now, for instance, we are hearing even from the social media that they are moving into the south, most especially Lagos and other part of the western states. So the military should now devise a means, now that it's in the formative stage, that these people are moving down the southwest. They have to form what you call the all-round security defense to be able to tackle this now that it's in the formative stage. Even though it's rumor or we saw and heard in social medias, some of those rumors could be true and should not be taken for granted.